Good morning, students. Let us try to understand distribution of water. Over the entire globe. Globe means our earth. The distribution of water, it is uneven. Uneven. Even means having same thing. Uneven means not having same thing. So if you take our entire globe, at one part huge amount of water, at another part very less water, at some other part no water, at some other part middle level water. Like that, the water is distributed unevenly. The water is distributed unevenly. And for this uneven distribution of water, it is taking place because of some factors. What are those factors? Rainfall is one such factor. Some places have very good amount of rain. So those places, they are water rich. And some other places there is no rainfall. Such places, they remain as dry lands or deserts. So based on rainfall, some places are water rich and some places are deserts. So here rainfall is very heavy. Here there is no rainfall or less rainfall. If you take India itself, India is a very big country. So rainfall is not the same everywhere. Some regions have excessive rainfall and other regions have very little rainfall. The excessive rainfall causes floods, whereas less rainfall, it results in droughts. So some regions during excessive rainfall, they suffer with floods. Other regions where there is very less rainfall, they suffer with droughts. So floods, droughts, right? So if there is excessive rainfall, floods are taking place. If there is less rainfall, droughts are occurring. So proper management, if it is done, we can prevent the floods to some extent, and we can just save ourselves from the drought conditions to some extent. Why water management? Why water management? Has to be carried out. Water management has to be carried out in order to save the lives from the effect of floods in water-rich regions, and in order to save the lives from the effects of droughts in dry lands or desert regions. Water management, it is mainly carried out in the dry land regions or desert regions. right? So if you just look at different places, in most of the places water supply, it is carried out by planned pipe system, right? Well planned pipe system. By using well planned pipe system, water supply is provided in many of the places. So in this planned pipe systems, due to some technical problems, at some places there may be leaks in the pipes. Leaks in the pipes. If these leaks are not repaired, then it will cause wastage of the precious water. So it is the responsibility of the civic authorities to repair these leaks. Civic authorities have to play their role in repairing these leaks. So this is one type of problem. And second type of problem is mismanagement at individual level. Means the water supply has taken place correctly to the people, but mismanagement or wastage at individual level also causes water loss. Like we all know that while we brush the teeth, we keep on just turning on the tap. Water will be going down. While we are shaving, while we are bathing, while we are washing, and during many activities, we will keep the tap open. And from the tap, water will be keep leaking out. So this is what mismanagement. So at individual level. So little care in preventing this leakage can save a lot of water that can be utilized by the persons who are at water scarcity. We all might be watching the rainwater that is just falling on the ground will be simply flowing away, and it will simply get added to some waste areas from where we cannot utilize it. So if we can gather this rainwater and save this water for future purposes or for future usage, we will be at a little safe condition. So this is known as rainwater harvesting. So rainwater harvesting can recharge the groundwater . Rainwater harvesting can save large amount of water that can be utilized for many of our day-to-day activities. So rainwater can be used. Rainwater can be used to replenish the groundwater table. Groundwater. This is known as rainwater harvesting. So, using the rainwater to replenish the groundwater is known as rainwater harvesting. In olden days, in India, they used to store the rainwater and they used to water recharge like barrages. The barrages, they are the old rainwater management systems. In this, deep wells were dug in the soil, and these deep wells, they have steps to access the accumulated water. And these barrages allow the storage of water for longer time because evaporation from the deeper areas, it is very limited. But nowadays, the barrages, they were not in use, and for the storage of water instead, garbage is being thrown in the barrages, and this garbage is getting piled up in these barrages. So now water shortage has become a serious problem, so people have to rethink about the use of these barrages once again. The farmers also come under the water shortage problem very badly. So, where there is water shortage in such areas, farmers are using drip irrigation method. In drip irrigation, the plants are watered by making use of narrow tubings which deliver the water drop by drop directly at the base of the plant. What is drip irrigation? Drip irrigation is a method of watering the plants using a tube system that delivers the water drop by drop at the base of the plants. So this is the definition of drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is a method of watering plants using narrow tubing that delivers water at the base of the plants directly. So this drip irrigation is used by the farmers where there is severe water shortage. Okay, as a student, what role that you can play? So, we have understood that there is mismanagement of water usage at individual level. So, whenever you see such leaking taps, what do? You must immediately turn off that tap. And the floors, sometimes we clean them by throwing the water. Instead of throwing the water, you can just take a wet cloth and you can mop the floor. So these are some water wise habits. Examples of water-wise habits are turning off the taps, okay, while using the taps for brushing, washing, okay, and some other purposes. And instead of throwing the water to clean the floor, you can mop the floor using a wet cloth. If there is a water scarcity, what will be its effect on plants? You might have seen the potted plants which are wilting and ultimately drying up if they are not properly supplied with water continuously for a longer time. Why will it happen? If plants are not properly supplied with water for a longer period of time, why do they wilt, then followed by why will they dry up? We know that plants prepare food in their leaves, but to prepare the food they need water, and for other molecule synthesis they need mineral nutrients. Water and mineral nutrients, they are absorbed by the roots, and mineral nutrients are absorbed in water dissolved form. If water is not supplied to the plants, automatically they do not get mineral nutrients, and anyhow water also is not obtained by the plants. Both water as well as mineral nutrients, both are needed for the survival of the plants. When these are not supplied, water is not supplied, both of them are not going to be available to the plants. So it will result in wilting followed by drying up. If water is not supplied to plants for longer time, what will be the result? Wilting followed by drying up. So this will result in plants give us greenery. When plants dry up, the green character of our planet will be lost. And when plants are not there, oxygen is not produced. When oxygen is not there, we all depend on oxygen for our life. The life also will end up. Right? So, we cannot imagine the world without plants. Because without plants, there will be no food, no oxygen, and not enough rain, and many other problems will be there. Right? So, this is about things. So, you all must write the keywords, definition of keywords, and exercises of this chapter. Right? We will discuss the keywords and exercises of this chapter in the coming class. Meanwhile, you try to complete answering the keywords. Right? If water is not supplied to the plants, what will happen? Wilting and drying up of plants. Then greenery of our planet Earth will be lost. And when greenery is lost, there will be no food and there will be no oxygen. And when there is no food and no oxygen, there will be an end to the life of all living beings. These are the things that are going to result in. Right? Okay. With this chapter is completed.